Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. This is part 2, and this one's going to have some pretty interesting stuff. I kind of looked through a little bit, not too much, but I had to get it out of the packaging. There's some really great stuff in here. In the previous video, I showed a little bit of Adam Hughes, and we're going to start out with a pretty great book. Actually, I have to take it out of the packaging, out of the wrap, just so you can see the book, because it's one of those ones where it is not showing correctly here. And I will show it. This is a really rare book, actually, as I drop it. This is, so I'm actually going to show it. It's a nude cover, but it's very artistic. It's a Adam Hughes cover. And it's, there was a recent book that Adam Hughes came out with, which was Pop Kill number 1, second print. And it was really the nude variant to number 4, which is a very popular cover. But the question was that Adam Hughes' first nude cover? And it wasn't. There's actually an earlier book, which is this book, that is his first nude cover. And this is Deja Thoris. It is a nude cover, but it's pretty artistic, so I'm going to let it be a pass. And it's a wraparound cover. You can see it's a wraparound cover. And this is quite a rare and expensive book, actually. And it's in high grade. So this is Deja Thoris number 1, the nude or risque. You know, if you search for it, you have to search for a risque cover. But it is the Adam Hughes risque variant. And this book it generally goes for anywhere from around $100 to $300. So it can be a very pricey book. Just a really great cover. So yeah, so that's Adam Hughes, some nude cover. And speaking of great covers, this is one that I collect these kind of one-shots, and I also collect this publisher, which is Fox Syndicate. And this is Rocket Ship X. It's just a great Good Girl art cover and sci-fi cover. It's just a really great cover. It's in actually quite good condition. It does have some grease pen at the top here, but other than that, it's actually quite sharp. Just a really great Good Girl art cover. So this is Rocket Ship X. And it's a one-shot, but it's just a really great one. Actually, somebody had it on a claim sale on Instagram, and they wanted some crazy price. I tried to talk them down to more of a reasonable price, and I was like, okay, they're not going to budge. They just didn't want to budge on it. It's a rare comic, so you know, it's one of those things where it's a bit of a seller's market, but I managed to find somebody on eBay that had it, so I picked it up for about half what the guy wanted it on Instagram. Okay, another thing I mentioned in the previous video is I collect specific artists. So I collect Adam Hughes, J. Scott Campbell. Another artist that I really, really enjoy is Jenny Frison. So I was looking at the Key Collector app. I'm not promoting it. I'm not Comic Tom or anything like that. But I am recommending it actually as a good app. And if you search the artist section within the Key Collector app, you can actually find you know, different books that these artists produce. So for example, you can find out what is the very first artwork by Jenny Frison in comics, and that's Voltron. But it also recommended this book because it's an early Jenny Frison cover, and it's just sort of a rare cover by Jenny Frison. And this is Vampirella. It's like the Jenny Frison variant, Countdown to the Second Coming. It's kind of a rare book, and it's just kind of a cool Jenny Frison cover. I enjoy Jenny Frison's artwork, and I enjoy Vampirella, so it's a bit of both. So this is just a really great book for those two reasons. So Jenny Frison, it's a Vampirella 40th anniversary book as well. Okay, then the next set of books is an order from My Comic Shop. So I get all my Comic Shop stuff sent to Stackry. And it's just you know, a collection of books that I got from My Comic Shop. And I'm not quite sure what these books are, but we'll find out, because there were several orders that I got from My Comic Shop. This is just one of them. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, lots of really great stuff. I know this order. So this is going to be lots of really great Golden Age stuff. So we're going to start out with high school romance. I've been picking up all these romance books, and a lot of them you can pick up fairly affordably. I believe this was like in that $10 to $15 range. I just thought it was a really great cover, like high school romance, Golden Age, romance cover. So a lot of these romance books are a little bit under the radar, a little bit, it's one of those genres that's starting to come into its own and starting to get popular. And you can find some really great covers. Matt Baker and a lot of really famous artists did these romance covers. So I'm not sure who the artist is for this one, but I did think it was a great cover. So, and for that $10 to $15 range, I thought it was a bit of a no-brainer. So this is from 1948. So just a really great book. High school romance. And another thing, I don't know, I forgot what got me into this, but another thing that I was sort of, oh yes. So on my comic shop, they always have like, seasonal themes, okay? And it led me down a whole rabbit hole because what happened was they had a seasonal theme of Christmas. And this was around Christmas time. And one of the Christmas covers I thought was really, really great. I was like, oh, that's a really good, sexy kind of cover. And so I bought that. But then I was curious, what about other covers from that same series? And so this is the cover that I saw, actually right here. It's like the holiday special one. It's kind of like this sexy, sexy gold. It's called Gold Digger. And that's the name of the character, actually. And she's kind of wearing this little Santa outfit. I thought it was kind of cute and sexy. So I was like, kind of went down this rabbit hole of looking up what's Gold Digger's first appearance? What's all this kind of stuff? So, and then what are some other comics from the series? So this is Gold Digger #1, the holiday special. I just thought it was kind of cool. And so then I picked up Gold Digger, the holiday special #5, like just another holiday special from them. And they're sort of attached, like sort of a bondage cover. It looks like they're attached to Santa's sleigh. So it's kind of funny. And then we got another Gold Digger, Gold Digger #13. And again, this is another Christmas one. I just thought it was interesting. And so those are some of the Gold Diggers that I picked up. And there's going to be more Gold Diggers somewhere in this unboxing. So stay tuned for that. There was going to be a bunch. I'm just checking if there's any more in this section. Oh, yes, there is. Yeah, some more Gold Digger. And this was another Gold Digger, a nice Santa one. You can see there's a very Christmassy theme going on here. So this is Gold Digger #12. I just thought it was a really great Santa cover. The series is not necessarily related to Christmas, but it's just that they happen to have all these kind of Christmas covers for it. One sec here. I'm just quickly checking to see if there's any more Gold Digger. No, no more Gold Digger, but there is more Christmas. So you can tell, like I was buying these when they were Christmas themed. And I always like getting kind of themed comics. I do my cover challenge, which is all about themes. And this was another great, I thought this was really, really cool Christmas cover. And this is Christmas with superheroes. And it's like the superheroes are kind of doing the elf thing in Santa's workshop. It's just a really great character. I love when you can see like just lots of stuff going on, all the different characters. You got Aquaman, Hawkman, you got Plastic Man, The Flash, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. Just all the characters kind of doing their thing. And it's like, kind of fun. I just thought it was a really great Christmas cover. And I think it was like $2. So not expensive. Not expensive. So, oh yeah, and there's Nightwing and Green Lantern there too. So just lots of great characters. Again, some more Christmas stuff. So a lot of Christmas. This is very Christmassy theme. This is Glory. And this is Glory Christmas Special. And I just thought it was kind of a nice, sexy cover. I believe this is Mike... I can't read the name. So you gotta You can maybe see it. Maybe you guys can see it a bit better than I can, but I can't quite read that. So yeah, just a really great Santa cover. I like the sexy Christmassy stockings and stuff. That's kind of cute. She's making a snowman. It's a very great Christmassy cover. So I might use this for a future Christmas challenge cover thing. And then another series that I like is Miss Meow. This is Miss Meow. It's you know, I picked this up. Thought it was kind of a sexy cover. This is Miss Meow #1. I was picking up all these #1 issues. And then we got, I'm trying to remember who the first appearance is in this. I did a video, a few like Q&As ago, where I was talking about different characters that made their first appearances as duck characters. And this was one of them. I believe this is either, I think it's like, it's one of the ducks. I'm just trying to remember which duck. I will put it in the description notes which duck it is. So just look in the description and I will tell you what duck this is. This is one of the ducks made their first appearance. I want to say Launchpad, but I'm not sure, so I don't want to misquote things. But definitely a first appearance of a duck. This is Walt Disney Comics and Stories number 304. So it's a very later issue. I believe this is, I'm not sure. I want to, like, there's a few ducks that I can think of that could be in this one, but I'm not quite sure. So this is Walt Disney Comics and Stories number 304. It's kind of a cool book. And then we got, this is just a, just a funny cover. It's not an expensive book, which is interesting. There are higher grades that are actually fairly affordable as well. This is a, you know, mid-grade. This is Liberty Comics number 21. And it's just a great one where, you know, it's where the bird is literally aiming right for his butt. Now, my wife is Korean, and in Korean culture, they have something called a dongjip. It's kind of a silly game that they play in Korea. It's like one of those kids things where basically you poke people in the butt. I don't know why. It's like, it's a Korean custom. It's just sort of a silly thing that they do. And, you know, you poke somebody in the butt and you say dongjip, and literally means, jip means house, and dong means poo. So it means poo house. So when you poke somebody, you're giving them a dongjip, and this kind of reminds me of that. So I kind of got this thinking about my wife. So yeah, it's just kind of a silly cover. Liberty Comics number 11. So, and then we got some Green Lantern. And this is actually the first appearance of the Tattooed Man. And the cool thing about the Tattooed Man is he actually is one of those kind of characters that maybe James Gunn might use, because it's kind of one of those like polka dot kind of man level characters where he has like this quirky superpower where his tattoos can come to life. So you can see how the airplane's coming out of his tattoo, and he can basically use his tattoos to attack you. It's kind of a quirky character, very something that James Gunn might use. And this actually, the funny thing is I picked this up just because I thought it was a cool first appearance. And then later it got on the hot list. So I actually picked it up just at the right time. This is Green Lantern number 23. And this is one that my friend Black Box Silver and Bronze showed that I thought was just really sexy and great. This is Buddies of the U.S. Army, number 1. And it's just a great kind of lingerie cover, good girl art cover. And it's got a bit of a trope to it. It's got that, you know, the pretty girl with the kind of goofy guy. So, and all these big, strong guys are like, what's going on here? Why is she with him? So yeah, just a really great cover. I just thought it was kind of fun. So, Buddies of the U.S. Army. And actually, the guy wanted a fair amount of, this is actually a pretty pricey book, but there was best offer. So I put in a lowball best offer and he accepted. So I was quite happy. So I got it for a reasonable price. So, yeah, I thought that was quite cool. And then the next one is, I like to get, I'm a bit of a completionist. And so I like to get you know, like a complete set of a series, especially if it's a short run series, and therefore a little easier to get the run of the series. And one of the comics that I picked up, and it has a really awesome cover, is Cocaine Comics #3. And it's just this really, really funny cover, because it's like a picture of like the devil, like a big head of the devil, and he's snorting cocaine. And there's all these little girls with that are nude with trays of cocaine. It's just such a crazy cover that it's quite endearing. It's quite sought after, actually. It's one of those collectible covers. But I figured, hey, you know, I got #3. Why not get 1 and 2? And 1 and 2 are not expensive. There are multiple printings, so you have to make sure you get the first print. But these are all first prints. This is Cocaine Comics #1. And it's by Ripped Snorton. I don't think that's his real name. Yeah, just kind of funny. So this is Cocaine Comics #1. And of course, we got Cocaine Comics #2. So I got the complete run now. And I'm not a big drug fan. I never participated in any drug usage, but I do think that these like underground comics from the 70s are quite interesting. So this is from 1975, I believe, or 76. One sec. I can't read the numbers anymore. So yeah, so this is Cocaine Comics #2, which is kind of an interesting one. And a lot of these actually were not pro-drugs. This was actually a bit against drugs. It showed the kind of the badness of drugs. So even though it looks like it's kind of promoting drugs. It was from Last Gasp. Now I showed some romance books before as well, you know, earlier. Now here's another romance one. This is High School Romance, True Love. And it's just a really great, I just thought it was a really great cover. Like, just kind of cool. The guy in the background, maybe this is his wife. She's having an affair, maybe. And you got the guy in the background ready to shoot them. Just kind of interesting covers. This is High School Romance. And I've been just sort of picking up all these romance books. I think they're quite interesting. And then we got another, so as I said, my comic shop was doing this Christmas theme thing, and they were offering really great prices on them, like a couple bucks. So I figured, hey, you know, cool Christmas cover, kind of good girl art cover. This is the Cobweb, and then it's #5, the Christmas cover. I just thought it was a really great good girl art cover. Has almost like a Miss Mask look to it, but you know, just a kind of that 40s kind of style. I kind of like that, you know, kind of old classic style. So this is the Cobweb #5, and just I don't know, I think it's a really great Christmas cover. Okay, this next one's kind of interesting. This is a Dan Parent cover, and he worked on Archie. And one of the characters that I really like is Cherry Blossom. Now, another character that I really like is Ginger. Now, Ginger was a character that was really kind of had her own run in the Golden Age. I've collected the complete run. It's like 10 issues. And then she appeared in different Golden Age books. But she really didn't appear on the cover again until much, much later, until this book here, which is really far along. This is Archie Comics 658. And this is just, that's Ginger right there. Ginger, her hair is red. And just, you know, has all the different Archie girls on it, you know. So I think that's kind of cool. So I just, you know, thought this was a really great book. So this is Archie Comics 658. Just a really great Archie cover. Okay. So in the previous video, I showed Hero Comics 211, which was an Adam Hughes cover. And I was looking at the run and seeing what other covers were in it. And there was Heroes Comics 212, and this is a J. Scott Campbell cover. And I thought it was really great, you know, the blue fairy kind of cover with Pinocchio. And I just thought it was a really great cover. I just thought, hey, why not? You know, it's quite a nice cover. So I kind of like this one. So this is Hero Comics number 2012. It's kind of cool. And we got just another Golden Age comics. This is not a high grade, but I just thought it was a nice Good Girl art cover. This is Freckles and Friends, number 5. So just, you know, kind of reminds me of that whole, you know, Americana, that 50s, 40s, 50s, like the, you know, the cheerleaders with the pom-poms and that, you know, the high school, you know, the typical kind of American high school where, you know, I don't know. I just kind of like these early 50s kind of style, kind of very nostalgic kind of feel to it. So I thought this was just such a great cover. So this is Freckles and Friends, number 5. Okay. And what else we got here? Oh, why? I don't remember the key significance about this, but I'll put it in the comments, into the description, I should say. This is Marvel Fanfare, number 9. And I forgot what the key significance is. I actually should know, but I don't. I don't remember offhand. There's just so many books, and I try to remember them all, but sometimes I forget. But this is a Man-Thing cover. It could be related to Man-Thing. I'm not sure. I don't think so. But just a kind of a cool book in terms of the cover. So it's Marvel Fanfare number 9. It's kind of cool. And I'll look it up what that is. Now this next book is kind of just a cool comic. This is Hack and Slash number 28. And it's kind of making fun of the innuendo covers. So this is, if you read it, it says, Tabber, you're covered in semen. So Hack and Slash is a bit sexy. So you're covered in semen, which is kind of silly. So you got all these, like, there's the guy, and he's, like, covered in these sea creature guys. And he's like, these innuendo covers, innuendo jokes have gotten out of hand. I prefer to be called deep ones, the characters are saying. And this is another Dan Parent cover. Dan Parent I met him a couple times at the different Comic-Cons. Is just a really great guy, really great artist. And he's sort of the one that kind of picked up the mantle from Dan DeCarlo. Just sort of a, you know, great Archie artist. And he, you know, does also this, he does a lot of these variant covers for different publishers and different stuff. So just a kind of a cool book. This is actually kind of interesting. They kind of made it kind of look a little bit old. It's actually in mint condition. You know, you can look at the spine. It looks like, oh my goodness, the spine's all mangled. It looks like there's a rip here, but it's actually just part of the cover. So it's kind of, they try to make it look like that old Archie style cover. So kind of interesting. So that's Hack and Slash number 28, the B cover with the Dan Parent variant. So this is actually quite a good book to pick up. So yeah, so that has been part 2. I was going to do more, but I think I will keep it at that point. There's going to be a lot more great stuff coming in the future episodes, so stay tuned for that. There's some really great Golden Age coming up, and some really cool rare comics as well. So definitely watch all the other parts. Watch part 1 as well. I think you'll enjoy it. So thanks again for watching. Please, you know, comment, like, subscribe, share, do everything you can with this video, and tell me what you think. Okay, thanks again. Bye for now.